What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Eddie Hearn, Oscar Delahoya. Get this. Eddie Hearn and Delahoya trading digs online, and Delahoya loses it. He warns Eddie Hearn, this is a warning. Eddie Hearn has responded to a warning from Oscar Delahoya to stay in his lane. The two have had an on and off relationship, working together on likes of Dimitri Bivol versus Gilberto Ramirez and being backed by the same broadcaster DAZN, but with various hints of animosity and rivalry. That's the most recent manifested itself in a tweet from Delahoya to the British promoter. He said, "Stay in your lane. This is a warning." Although it doesn't explain clearly what he meant by that, but many will assume that that was born from his recent public spat with his fighter Ryan Garcia. Following Garcia's loss to Gervonta Tank Davis, the promoter failed to turn up at the press conference and then criticized his fighter's preparation to the media. This boiled over in a form of a Twitter exchange between Garcia and Delahoya, which promoting a fake fight with Manny Pacquiao that he had no interest in. For his part, Delahoya told Garcia to man up. Hearn recently told Boxing Social this. He said, "I think it looks like any day now this is going to just erupt out of control. Everybody hears all sorts. We hear more than most, and it doesn't look good. The whole thing's a mess, and I guess it's about to explode real quick." Let me counterpunch. Promoters promote. I know Delahoya was a fighter once upon a time, but now he is a promoter. So when he starts warning Eddie Hearn for just speaking and being social, talking about boxing in whatever kind of way, and you resort to violence, you've already lost. Because it shows weakness. It shows that, you can't out-talk Eddie. You're not clever enough to come up with something else besides, "Hey, this is a warning. Stay in your lane, Edward." And I just think that it's really getting up under Oscar De La Hoya's skin because of what happened to Ryan Garcia. Well, let's talk about it for a second. Well, Ryan quit. He was not knocked out, okay? He quit on his knee. He got up directly after the 10 count. He was fine. He just didn't want to continue. He quit. But then, because he quit, instead of Oscar De La Hoya or Bernard Hopkins showing up, they were MIA. And a lot of people saw it, and they were like, well, wait a minute. Where the hell is Oscar De La Hoya? Where the hell is Bernard Hopkins? Where are these guys? And then, of course, damage control had to come quickly because, our life was threatened, so we didn't show up. We had death threats. And that was the reason why you couldn't show up. But you were in the arena, though, watching Ryan Garcia after receiving death threats. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Oscar. And people didn't buy it. I don't buy it. I think it was all crap. I think he was mad because he quit, and he thought that Ryan, despite taking a lot of things or making a lot of things to happen, to get this fight going, he thought he was going to do more, okay? And he didn't. And they were pissed. But then they pretend not to be pissed, but they were. So, Oscar De La Hoya telling Ryan Garcia to man up, I think if he wouldn't have showed up like that, he should have just told Ryan then, you should have manned up. That's why we didn't support you, and I don't support people that don't man up. That's not how we do it. That's not why we signed you. And if we knew you were going to do some shit like that with Golden Boy, we would have never signed you. You would have went with somewhere else. You would have been with a part of the PBC and Al Heyman's crew. You wouldn't have been with Golden Boy. So yeah, they didn't want to see that man after that. They were pissed at him. Now, did they stay pissed at him? I don't think so. But I think they heard the backlash, okay, and then they had to immediately respond to the backlash. But anyway, Oscar De La Hoya telling Eddie Hearn to stay in your lane, this is a warning. That doesn't sound good. Because, see, if anything happened physical, and Oscar De La Hoya did put those hands, like I know he can, bars, on Eddie Hearn, these things are already documented. So yeah, that's liable in court. You're attacking a promoter, being a promoter / ex-fighter. It ain't like Oscar De La Hoya ain't like he can't fight. You know what I mean? He's like a 5-6 time weight champion. And no, I don't think that's the greatest option, to go fight a promoter just because you don't like what he said. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Oscar De La Hoya warning Eddie Hearn, stay in your lane. This is a warning. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.